so much for stopping by today. So y'all, I got a few things on my garden chore list that I would like to get done today. We'll see what happens, but it's a nice overcast today, a little bit breezy. But today I want to share with you what I use on our perennials. Our perennials are starting to wake up that we have in the raised garden beds, and I'll share with you a little bit more what they are. But when perennials, and it's like basically over, I would say about a 2 to 3 weeks time, because if y'all go back a few videos where we've been doing different plantings in these raised beds, these perennials were not that big. It's starting to warm up and they're starting to wake up. But what I want to do is go ahead and feed them, and I'll share with you what I'm using today to feed the perennials with the slow release fertilizer, just so that they can wake up and we can get some good nutrients in the soil so that they can thrive over this garden season. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So if you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. My name is Auyanna of Auyanna Plants. And if you're one of our seasoned subscribers, thank you so much for your time and for watching our videos. So just to give you a quick background, we recently moved, not even almost at a year. I can't believe how quick time has flown by, but we recently moved from the Savannah area to the Atlanta area. So we're now in zone 8A, and actually Savannah got reclassified when they did the whole USDA growing zone like reclassification and looked at everything over time. They actually got reclassified to zone 9A, which I've shared with y'all before. A lot of farmers had been telling me that, but it just wasn't that on the website, or what we would say on paper. So again, if you're looking for garden inspiration to follow us along on our garden journey and gardening ideas, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. So just a quick recap, this is phase 1 of the garden, and I'm super excited because we actually got phase 2, the garden beds filled, and I'll share that with you on another video. But last year, once we got these raised garden beds filled, I did a lot of starts. Now, some of the things that you see now, I actually started from seeds, but I wanted to just go ahead and get growing. So I got a lot of perennials that were pollinator friendly perennials. They were on clearance and they were at the end of the season, so they didn't look like really good, but I knew with perennials that they would come back and they would get better and better each year. So really quick, let me explain what perennials are, and I'll just do the broad definition because it kind of, you can go as far you can go a little bit further with perennials, but basically a perennial is a plant that comes back year after year. They have things such as short-lived perennials, long-lived perennials, but I like to plant vegetables, flowers, and herbs all in my garden spaces, whether I'm doing it in raised beds, in containers, or in ground. And one of the reasons why I really like to do the combination of them all is not only to just kind of benefit each other, but also to help with pest control as well. So we have some perennials over here that we're going to feed, and what I wanted to do, or what I was doing because it was such a great deal on the clearance plants, is I put a lot of the pollinator friendly perennials in the middle, and then we'll put our vegetables kind of like on the end of the raised beds, and then we'll put our herbs on the end of the raised beds, kind of like we have right here with oregano and thyme, just in case they want to drape over. Right now I'm loving this Italian oregano and really how it is looking in the garden. And then we just kind of place our herbs like on the outer edges like we have here. And we're in the process of just kind of replacing some of the fall planted plants that have bolted and went to seed. But again, everything's starting to wake up. So let me show you what we're going to use, because it is my goal, y'all, to get these 4 raised beds fed with the slow release fertilizer for our perennials. And I'll tell you another fertilizer that I use, but when we planted our blackberry patch, I ran out of, and I just haven't went back to the garden center to get any more. But what we're going to use today will be totally fine. So y'all, I told a straight up lie because I got a little bit of berry tone left, and I'll share with you in a minute that I'm going to use on the strawberries, because I was just showing Chris last night. I said, will you look at the beautiful blooms? I love the strawberries with these rose colored, and I also have some with like a light pink color. But I could just look at these blooms all day long. And so I really want to go ahead and feed them, because I'm going to get a little bit closer. Look at these right here. Like, they're just covered and coming. And so they're really pretty. And so what we're going to use today, now when I top these beds off, because when we first got the beds, I knew that the soil was going to kind of settle, and it settled probably about 6 inches. So I took all of this mulch off, put it in the wagon that I'm about to go to share with you what we're going to use, and then put it all back on. But we're not about to do that today. We're going to move with our hands. I'm just going to move the mulch back, and I'm just going to sprinkle the slow release fertilizer around the plant, and then we're going to water it in very well. And I'm going to do that for each of the beds. So let's walk over here and I'll share with you. This is what I use. Sometimes I'll get garden tone, but today for the perennials, we're going to use plant tone, because I'm out of the garden tone for real. But I do have a little bit of berry tone left that we're going to put on these strawberries. So this is a slow release fertilizer, and it's by Auyanna. And what I will do is I will feed the soil when the perennials start to wake up. Now they also have garden tone as well. But I'm for real out of that. And a lot of times I'll use that for my vegetables. Although, like I was explaining to someone the other night, with the NPK, which means nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, it's just a little bit off. So just say, for example, I don't have garden tone, then I'll use the plant tone. And so we're going to use the berry tone for our strawberries. But what I do like to do is feed these, it's going to add nutrients in the soil slowly over time. So I will probably feed them again in around 3 months, or maybe between 8 to 12 weeks. I'll put some more on there, just depending how the flowers are doing, just to keep them fed and keep them growing nicely throughout the garden season. So let me show you how I'm going to do it. And I wanted to turn the camera around just a little bit, because these were the last 2 kales that we pulled. And so I have this spot open, and this is the tennis ball lettuce that is growing, that we put right here. It gets, it's not going to get very big, but I figured I'm going to put some peppers. I have like the snacking peppers, so I'm going to save this space for the snacking peppers. What I will probably do is go ahead and put I use tomato cages for my smaller peppers. I'll put the tomato cages up, so that way I'll know, okay, this is what we're going to put in this area. So let me share with you how we're going to get it done, how we're going to get it watered in. I'm just going to do this bed right now, but I'm still going to go ahead and do the other beds as well today. I'm going to do it today, so that way I can check that off of my list. got everything fed and watered. And so I'm just excited to see everything start to wake up and grow even more. And again, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, because I definitely want to show you when these Speedwell Veronicas started putting on the purple spikes. They are so pretty, and again, the pollinators absolutely love it. So I'm gonna go ahead, do the same thing to these 2 beds right here, get those all planted and or get them all fed, and then we can at least check this off of our list, y'all. I'm going to start hardening off my peppers. Like I said at the beginning, I know that I got some yellow snacking peppers that I want to put here, probably 3 across, but we still got temperatures. I think this week is going to get down to like 38. And then it just kind of fluctuates, because just because it says 38, may get a little bit cooler, may not get down that much, but I just want to be safe. But I will start the process of hardening off pretty soon, and I think that will be very beautiful and colorful. Now, when the pansies come to an end, y'all, I just cannot figure out what I want to put here. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. It's so many things. I'm thinking marigold. I'm thinking basil. I'm thinking a lot of beautiful and colorful annuals to add. I don't know why this bee is just in my face like this, and I'm not bothering him. But as always, thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure you share this video with your family and your friends. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead, tap the subscribe button. Make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching. And until the next video, bye-bye.